Samma Buddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, we were talking about what is it called, very important aspect of, or what do we call Mahayana or Bodhisattva Yana. When we say Mahayana or Bodhisattva Yana, the journey of Bodhisattva. So in that journey, we have seen Paramita, right? It derives from Parama and Hita, highest welfare. When we say Paramahita, right? Highest welfare. It's the best welfare when we say Paramita. Please remember, when we say the word Paramita, it's referring to, what is it called? Parama. Parama means the best. Param. Parama. Parama Pujaniya, right? Bhante Ji, Hindi say, right? We call it Parama means highest. Param, it is. Hita always stand for welfare. So an action, the best welfare, that's why we have seen, look at the word, right? The charity gift, it's for welfare. Last week we have seen what? Sila, conduct. We have seen many types of conduct. Our last discussion was is what? Right? In Lankavatara Sutra, right? What is it called? Vegetarianism. Vegetarianism. Remember, we have studied a lot. It's part of, right? We have seen what? So we have seen morality, right? Sorry. Upasaka, Upasika, Sila, Samanera, Sila, Upajja, Upasam, Sila, Bodhi, Sattva, Sila. Remember morality, the moral conduct of male and female lay disciples, like all of you, 5 of you, Upasak, Upasika, 3 Upasikas and 2 Upasaka. And when it comes to my life, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Sila, Upasampada, Sila, Samanera, Sila, Novice. And something different, it occurred, right? That has not been highlighted much in early Buddhism. But when it comes to Mahayana Buddhism, there is another Sila is called Bodhisattva Sila. If you would like to remember, is called Usa Chie. Usa Chie. Chie means precepts in Chinese language. Mamoru What's the Japanese word for precept?
Precept?
Mm.
戒律
Kai.
戒律
How do you write it? Kai?
K-A-I-R-I-T-S-U
Oh,
R-I-T-S-U
Kairitsu.
Yes.
Kairitsu, right?
Yes.
Mm. So, in Chinese, it is called Chie, very popular. Sami Chie, Pichu Chie, Pusa Chie, the Bodhisattva precept. So, this is something you can, even for your general knowledge sake, one day, how does Mahayana Buddhism differ from Theravada Buddhism? Because in Theravada Buddhism, we do not have special precept for Bodhisattva. No doubt, he is a greater, very senior, very superior. He is not an ordinary human being if you claim, if you say that he is a Bodhisattva. But we don't come across in our discipline or the Vinaya Pitaka very special precept for Bodhisattva. But in Chinese Buddhist literature, there is very specific precept for what we call Pusachi, Bodhisattva precepts. As we said that one day, one important, you must remember this thing. Is actually this is where your knowledge, because you study in the university now. So that's your knowledge. So why differ? What's the difference between Sri Lanka and China Buddhism? Right? Okay, this is one additional the development. It is actually referring to what do we call the Bodhisattva precept, because uh, the initiated a new yana, new vehicle. It's Bodhisattva vehicle, Bodhisattva vehicle, and then they also introduce what a new precept, new set of guidelines for, because it's a different. He differs from you, differs from me. His objectives, his intention, his wish, his resolution, his goal is it's different from you and me. Different from you and me, because your goal and my goal almost the same. A slight difference. I'm a religious person full time. All of you are part-time religious people. That's the difference. But then when it come to precepts, clear? So that precept, because of the side, Paramita, the word Paramita had been there in all the teaching, even in early Buddhism, Paramita, Dasa Paramita, but then in uh, Mahayana or the Bodhisattvayana Buddhism, Dasa Paramita and Dasa Bhumi, 10 perfection, but it's not 10 actually, 6 major and 4 subsidiary. And then Dasa Bhumi, 10 stages of enlightened Buddhahood. So we have seen, what is it called? Dana, Sila, Shanti, Viriya, Dana, Prajna. Dana, Sila, Shanti, Virya, Dhyana, Prajna. Try to remember these 6. So by Kausalya, Bala, Virya, Jnana. So these are the 10. So today our topic is what? Shanti, Para, Shanti Paramita. Shanti. In Pali it is called what? Kanti. In Vedic teaching it is known as Shanti. So basically, what is it called? Basically, it is, how do we translate it? Shanti, right? Patience, right? Is known as patience or forbearance. Some say tolerance. Tolerance, forbearance, patience. So what's important here? Can you look at these four words? Krodha, Dvesha, Pratigha, Vyapada. Krodha, Dvesha, Pratigha, and Vyapada. All referring to what? Hatred. It's very, very significant word. When we say the word tolerance, is opposite, right? Going, what is it called? Against, right? Going against, what is it called? Anger, hatred, striking, and grudge. So on. Anger, hatred, strike, and grudge. Clear? Krodha, Dvesha, Pratigha, Vyapada. Krodha, Dvesha, Pratigha, Vyapada. Clear? So it's known as what? Opposite of, right? The opposite of krodha, anger, hatred. Then patiga is revenge, eating, right? Revenge. And what is it called? Revenge and so on and so forth. Clear? So have you heard in Pali? Kanti paramang tapoti. Kanti paramang tapo. The highest asceticism. The highest asceticism is Shanti. Kanti in Pali, in Dhammapada. Kanti paramang tapoti tikka nibbanang paramang vadanti buddha nahi pabbajito paropagati samano hoti. So the Kanti, patience, right? Patience, right? So that's why highest asceticism is right. It's known as what is known as freedom from anger, excitement, anger, excitement, and habit of pardoning, insult. This is a definition in Buddhist literature. What is Shanti? Injury and insult. Have you got it now? Look at it. Quite interesting even. You know, Shanti is a foundation of all the good deeds. Nothing can be achieved or done without Shanti, without patience and forbearance or tolerance. We need to have tolerance. Today the world is very impatient. You are impatient. I am impatient. That's why our activities are very quick, very rush. Seldom we do something peacefully. We are in a hurry to do things. And here look at it, what is it called? It has an inner nature. What is the inner nature? It's right. Reduce, minimize the anger. And not only that, let go, pardon. When you say pardon, yes. Injure, insult, do harm. It's okay. It's okay. This is where the difference comes in. Not an ordinary person. Ordinary person will never pardon, never forget. Injury and insult. Injury and insult. Especially insult. If insult, never, never, never. We act, right? With immediate effect, we act if someone insults us, right? So when it comes to Shanti, is referring to tolerate insult and injury. And then it's okay. Forgiveness. You know the pardoning mean what? Forgive. You know, in Buddhism, have you heard this? Kamami Bhante. It's very popularly recited in India, Bangladesh, all those countries, not all the Buddhists. But in certain countries, when the people are humble, they say, Kamami Bhante, please pardon me. When you do puja in the temple, there's a very popular stanza. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katan acchayang kamame bhante. Please pardon me, Venerable Sir. Bhuri panya tathagata. Have you got it? Tolerate insult and injury. Okay. And then tolerate what? Dukkha, pain, hardship. There is a Pali word, right? There is a Pali word to it. Adhivasana. Remember, you offer things to the Buddha, then you say what? Adhivasetu no banti. Adhivasetu. Venerable Sir, please accept. You must accept. That's called adhivasana. It also has another one. Acceptance. Acceptance. Acceptance of what? the teaching, acceptance of the dharma with faith. Saddha. Acceptance of dharma with saddha. It is a part of tolerance. You know, all of us are stubborn. You are stubborn. I am stubborn. If I am stubborn, I don't accept you. I don't accept anyone honestly. I mingle with you. I listen to, listen in a way that, yes, I can hear your sound and advice, words and everything, but I'm not going to accept. Lack of tolerance, lack of patience in the mind. It goes that way. That's why when it comes to, what is it called? The Mahayana teaching, right? In Mahayana teaching, it continues like that, right? And as we said, Shanti, forgive. Do you forgive, Mamoru?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Mm.
Not sure, right?
Yeah.
Right? Do you forgive continuously?
Mm.
Supposing I scold you, you forgive. I scold you again, forgive. I scold you again, you forgive.
Yes.
No, la, where got such? You would not. So that's why when it comes to, right, the forgiveness of the Bodhisattva, he forgives at all the time. Present, past, future. You irritated me in the past. You are doing irritation, the very irritant behavior now, making me very irritating. And you will continue it. So when it comes to Bodhisattva career, right, it's referring to pardon at all the time. Pardon at all the time. Right? And very important thing, in public and private. That's another thing. Sometimes we don't say anything in public, but at the back we criticize, scold, see, very bad boy. Rahul is very, very bad. I wanted to scold him, but I just keep quiet. Right? In public, I don't do anything, but the back, that's where sometimes our nature. We don't talk openly. We don't talk at right time. when necessary. Then we talk at the back. So this is what we call in public and private, tolerate. At all the time, I know he has been doing so much bad thing. The past is, now he's doing. He is going to do to me again and again. Cannot trust. Pardon. That's called, what do you call? Bodhisattva, right? Sick or sick or healthy. You know, these days, when we work together, right, we are very active in our circle, so have a lot of problems, argument, angry, unhappy. We do a lot of harm to each other. But sometimes we advocate when a person falls sick, dying, please forget about it. Sick or healthy, that's why when we say, with the right, rain or shine, whether rain or shine, sick or, what is it called, healthy, right? So that's why in Bodhisattva, it is said that being reviled, he reviles not again. Being beaten, beats not again, right? Being
Yes. Yes, they have good thing for the food. Yes, but not fun. I didn't know that you are. Oh, it's okay. I didn't know that you are something like this. It's more than.
classic Japan. Yeah, kau dah. Oh. Had දුන්නේ නැහැ අර application.
University දාන්න. ඒකයි hospital දෙකම දාලා hospital එකේ ඒ කියලා.
එහෙමද?
වැඩ කරා.
Oh.
University එකේ නේද? SIT එකේ ඒ කියලා තමයි කිව්වේ.
Yes, yes.
සම්පූර්ණ practice කරනවා.
වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මං call කරනවා. Have you got it now? Being reviled, because a lot of disturbance take place, but he doesn't repeat. This is called the patience. You scold me, I don't scold you. You beat me, I don't beat you, right? So these are the, what is it called? Doesn't show anger, right? Right? So this is very important. There is another important act here. You know, seekers of spiritual attainment. You know, we tolerate sometimes, right? We tolerate sometimes because of various conditions. Take for an example, I'm living here, right? I'm living in what is it called? Under someone, supposing right, you are my boss, so you are very disturbing kind of person, and then what happened? You always irritate me and all those things, so I tolerate because I have no choice. No choice. I have no choice. It's not that. That's why the seekers of right, spiritual, right? Seekers of spiritual development, right? They practice it for the sake of spiritual development. For the sake of spiritual development. Sometimes, you know, it is said that the Bodhisattva understand pain. What is it called? Dukkhata of all the living beings. All the living beings. This is, please take note, this is something like universal, the universal kind of thing. Because the Bodhisattva, it is said that universal. You know, are you getting the point? So this is going beyond what is it called ordinary kind of tolerance. It's like, you know, like you have a husband. So husband is very funny, very irritable, irritating. So wife has no choice. Wife has to tolerate. Supposing you work, your boss is very unreasonable person, very unfair, ill-treat you, no choice, you tolerate. But that's not real tolerance. You don't show your anger, you don't show your unhappiness. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. But the Buddha said it's not true. That tolerance is not true. That's what actually sometimes happens in ourselves, us. But here the Bodhisattva, he goes a different way. He understands the pain and suffering and agony, mental conflicts and all those kind of things. So he realizes that no. Take for an example, right? Okay, you used to talk very bad, right? Scold and all those kind of things continuously doing. So the Bodhisattva noticed that this person is undergoing some psychological problem. He's under tension or stress or suppress or some loss or whatever. So he tolerates. That's how he reacts. That's why he reacts like this. So this is what is it called when he, like Bodhisattva. His, what is it called? Our tolerance is very conditional. Sometimes, as I said, if I put it into what we no choice, we tolerate. It's not, what is it called, the right, or no choice. It's very conditional. But when it comes to Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva has a very wider network, very big. No, I should not react. I should not react impatiently, with excited manner, with anger, because all the living beings are undergoing so much agony. They live in pain, live in trouble, live in stress, live in tension, loss. So he understands, right? So that's why when it comes to, right, the Bodhisattva, right, he feels that, right, it's improper, right, is improper, is not very appropriate, right, to be angry. To be angry, right, with such, right, miserable creatures. That's sin. You know, Bodhisattva feels that we are undergoing so much. We live in misery. We live in misery. So if I react, lack of Shanti, patience, or tolerance, I make that the party more miserable, right? So that's right. That's uh, when it comes to, right. That's a Bodhisattva must. Bodhisattva must alleviate, right? He must alleviate, what is it called, pain. Dukkhata. Dukkha, not to increase. Very interesting. Not to increase it by lack of, what is it called, Shanti. Lack of Shanti. So the Bodhisattva should not go into that. Clear? Have you heard very interesting story, right? Shantivadi, Shantivadi Jataki story is one of the previous birth story, very popular previous birth story. Right? King of India, tortured. Out of jealousy. The king of India tortured Bodhisattva out of jealousy. Right? How he tortured, right? Cut the body of Bodhisattva alive. Alive. He was very jealous over some incident took place. And when in the dialogue he had some words with Bodhisattva, and then very opening dialogue, opening words, he understood that our Buddha was practicing Shanti Paramita. He was practicing Shanti Paramita. So ask the question, right? What is the question? Right? Many questions he asked because, the dialogue has a bit of spiritual impact. Quite interesting thing. Bodhisattva was surrounded by very beautiful group of ladies. And then ask the question, right? Ask the question. How do you feel when you see young ladies? Can you tolerate your greed? These are the questions he asked. Because you are surrounded by young ladies. When you see them, right? Can you tolerate it? So that's there, right? They tolerate. Then the king asks, do you tolerate anger? Do you tolerate physical pain? Say yes. But the king wanted to test. So that's why he started what is it called? cutting fingers, hand, nose, ear, so on and so forth, one by one, one by one. What did he do, right? Cut Bodhisattva body part by part. Asked, do you still practice Shanti? Do you still practice Shanti? That's it. And the Bodhisattva was in pain, severe pain. This is where the other important thing, right? Same answer. Same answer. Yes. Same. This was the answer. Yes, same. Because the other party, the other side, King Kalabu, is known as. The king was very angry. The king was very angry over certain things because the Buddha, he was very attractive, fascinating, giving a Dhamma talk. The king's, what is it called, companion ladies all went to the Buddha and listened to him. So he was very, very angry and jealous of him. So that's what it happened. So the Buddha said, yes, he's still alive. Still tolerate. So this is very interesting Jataki story. Right? Very unusual. That's why if I share with you, right? The Bodhisattva tolerate hunger, thirst, cold, hot, so on and so forth. Cold weather, hot weather, hungry, thirsty, abuse, so on and so forth. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Always in India say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Right, this is the word. It's very, very popular slogan in Indian religions. The word Shanti. In fact, in Hinduism, Shanti is a final goal. It's a final goal. That's the ultimate attainment is peace in the mind. Some people say when we say the word Shanti, it is referring to peace. So it goes in many, many ways. It extends, right? When we talk about what is it called, the word, right? Clear? So this is about the third paramita. Very important thing. Third paramita, take it, right? It's very, what is it called? Primary, right? It's a very primary element. The primary element, very fundamental, very fundamental element of doing good. See, like you are listening now, you must have a lot of patience and tolerance. Patience and tolerance. And even I myself, same. Then only we can, what is it called, can have some, that kind of attainment and achievement. That kind of attainment. And also, here, another important thing, right? Bodhisattva sees danger of anger. That's another thing. This becomes again another very primary or fundamental guideline of Bodhisattva Shanti. He sees, he perceives that anger, if I get angry, I suffer in hell many years. Today, someone has called me just for a few minutes only. Just for a few minutes only. Clear? Clear? Okay. Understand? Very important. You look at here. So today our third paramita. Dana, Sila, Shanti, Paramita, tolerance. Right? And then how important it is, the meaning of Shanti. Right? Meaning of Shanti. Right? And how it is connected to the Bodhisattva life. Life of a Bodhisattva. And then how does he practice? And its spiritual significance. And the Shantivadi Jataka story, one of the previous birth story where he practiced utmost unbelievable. No ordinary human being, even though we don't get angry, we cry, we scream. If someone, what is it called, torture our physical body alive, right? We appeal, we cry, wow, was not there. Not only that, he didn't show his anger. Clear? Okay, so let us stop here. Thanks for tolerance. Thanks for Shanti. Right? 1 hour Shanti. Right? I want to finish, right? Very fast. Close and go. Right? Shanti disappear. Our Shanti like that. Quick. Right? Eat good. Right? Eat also very good. Like that. Very impatient eating. Very impatient walking. Very impatient talking. So this is what happened to us. The world today with so much of impatience. Okay. Yankinchi vittang idava hurangva saggi swayang ratanang panitang nano samang tathagatena idampi buddhi ratanam panitam etena saccena suatti hotu.
Sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
May you all be well and happy. And we have a little motto. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Right? Om Shanti. Okay. See you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very
Bhante.
much, Bhante.
See you.
Mhm.